January 3rd, 2025, 10:25 a.m. A dog walker arrives at a Los Angeles residence on a routine morning visit. The music is loud, unusually loud. She calls out, no response. She retrieves the dog, runs outside, dials 911. Inside that house, indie filmmaker Jeff Baena is gone. He's 47 years old. His wife, actress Aubrey Plaza, is 3,000 miles away in New York. They've been separated since September. 4 months of living apart. 4 months of concern. 4 months that ended in a text message sent that morning. His last words to her. According to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's report, obtained by multiple news outlets in March 2025, Baena died by suicide. The report revealed what nobody knew. The marriage that fans saw as Hollywood's quiet creative partnership had been fracturing behind closed doors. Plaza and Baena, who'd been together since 2011 and married in 2021 during a pandemic-era backyard ceremony in tie-dye pajamas, had separated in September 2024. She moved to New York. He stayed in Los Angeles. They kept talking. They stayed connected. But something was breaking. Born June 29, 1977, in Miami, Florida, Jeffrey Lance Baena grew up surrounded by Latin and Caribbean culture in Kendall and Coral Gables. His parents divorced when he was young, a fact he later credited with informing his dark sense of comedy. His first stepmother struggled with bipolar disorder and was frequently institutionalized under Florida's Baker Act, then released. Baena would later speak about the systemic failures in mental health care he witnessed firsthand. That childhood darkness would seep into his films. Comedies, yes, but comedies that understood pain. After graduating from NYU's Tisch School of the Arts, Baena headed to Los Angeles with dreams of directing. He started as a production assistant for Robert Zemeckis on What Lies Beneath and Cast Away in 2000. When Zemeckis took a production break, Baena became an assistant editor for David O. Russell. A minor car accident injured one of Baena's eyes. During his recovery, Russell began discussing story ideas with him to keep his spirits up. That collaboration produced 4 scripts together, including I Heart Huckabees, the 2004 existential comedy that Russell directed, starring Dustin Hoffman, Lily Tomlin, and Jude Law. Baena was 27 years old. He'd co-written a film that would become a cult classic, but he wanted to direct. In 2014, a decade after Huckabees, Baena finally made his directorial debut with Life After Beth, a zombie satire he'd written years earlier. The film premiered at Sundance and was nominated for the Grand Jury Prize. It starred Aubrey Plaza, the woman he'd met 3 years earlier during a game of balderdash. Their chemistry was undeniable. "We're so obsessed with movies," Plaza told Page Six in 2017. "That's why we're making movies together." They became inseparable creatively. Joshi in 2016, another Sundance premiere, another Grand Jury Prize nomination. The Little Hours in 2017, a black comedy set in a 14th century convent, loosely inspired by the Decameron and Baena's college coursework in medieval and Renaissance studies. Critics praised its modern sensibility and irreverence. In 2020, Baena co-wrote, directed, and produced Horse Girl with frequent collaborator Alison Brie. It premiered at Sundance and landed on Netflix. He created Cinema Toast for Showtime in 2021. In 2022, Spin Me Round premiered at South by Southwest. His films were showcased at prominent festivals, released by Netflix, IFC, Lionsgate. He was making the movies he wanted to make, working with people he loved. "She's awesome," Baena told Real Talker in August 2022, talking about Plaza. "I'd be working with her if she wasn't my wife, but luckily she is my wife. Having that sort of shorthand and that sort of connection is amazing. The opportunities to create together and do something creative where we're both fulfilled, how rare is that?" 2 years later, they separated. Here's what the medical examiner's report revealed. In October 2024, 1 month after the separation, Baena made concerning remarks to Plaza. Alarmed, she called a friend to perform a welfare check on him. After that incident, Baena started attending therapy, according to the report. He was getting help. He was trying. But mental health struggles don't follow linear paths. The night before his death, Plaza and Baena spoke on the phone. The next morning, he texted her. Hours later, he was found dead. No suicide note, no drugs or alcohol in his system, no warning that would make sense of any of this. Plaza skipped the Golden Globe ceremony scheduled for the week following Baena's death. She'd been expected to attend. Instead, director Brady Corbett acknowledged Baena during his acceptance speech for The Brutalist. Finally, tonight, my heart is with Aubrey Plaza and Jeff's family. In February, Plaza made her first public appearance at SNL's 50th anniversary special. She wore a tie-dye shirt. Fans immediately recognized the significance, a callback to the tie-dye pajamas Baena had made during quarantine, the ones they wore to their impromptu 2021 wedding. Jeff got really into tie-dyeing during the quarantine, Plaza had explained on The Drew Barrymore Show in 2021. I decided that Jeff and I were going to wear tie-dye pajamas that he had made for us. For 7 months, Plaza stayed silent about the details. Then, in August 2025, she sat down with Amy Poehler, her Parks and Recreation co-star, for Poehler's Good Hang podcast. It was the first time Plaza spoke publicly about losing Baena. Right in this very present moment, I feel happy to be with you, Plaza told Poehler. I feel overall I'm here and I'm functioning. And I feel really grateful to be moving through the world. But I feel like every day I wake up and there's just like a giant ocean of awfulness that I have to swim through. She compared her grief to the movie The Gorge, calling it a really dumb analogy, but explaining that her loss felt like an endless chasm she couldn't see the bottom of. The grief, she said, is always there. What the public didn't know until March 2025, when the medical examiner's report was released, was that Plaza and Baena had been navigating marital difficulties for months. They'd separated quietly, privately. Plaza moved to New York to create space. They stayed in contact because 14 years together, 10 dating, 3 married, doesn't disappear overnight. She worried about him. She sent a friend to check on him. He went to therapy. They texted, they called, they were trying to figure it out. And then he was gone. Jeff Baena's family described him in his obituary as someone whose presence, as well as his work, made the world feel better. They noted his love for The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Ironically, The Little Prince exclaims in the book, "I haven't much time. I have friends to find and so many things to learn." The obituary ended. He had lots more to offer. Alas, all that is gone. Sweet dreams, our little prince. Baena is survived by Plaza, his mother Barbara Stern, stepfather Roger Stern, father Scott Baena, stepmother Michelle Baena, brother Brad Baena, and step-siblings Bianca Gabay and Jed Fluxman. The medical examiner's report noted that Baena had no previous suicide attempts. According to the documents, he was experiencing recent marital difficulties, but there were no clear warning signs that would have predicted this outcome. Mental health professionals emphasize that suicide is complex, rarely the result of a single factor, often invisible even to those closest to the person struggling. Hollywood lost an independent filmmaker who understood that comedy could be dark, that saints could be profane, that zombies could be metaphors, and that existential dread could be funny. The indie film community lost a voice that challenged conventions. Aubrey Plaza lost her creative partner, her husband, the person she'd spent half her adult life with. And we're left with incomplete films, unfinished stories, and the reminder that mental health struggles can hide behind even the most creative, successful exteriors. The lights dimmed on Jeff Baena's life on January 3rd, 2025, but his films remain, funny, strange, irreverent testaments to a filmmaker who saw the world differently. The characters he created still breathe, the laughter he crafted still echoes. And somewhere in Los Angeles, tie-dye fabric sits folded, a quiet memorial to a pandemic wedding and a love story that ended too soon. If this kind of deep dive storytelling resonates with you, stories that go beyond headlines to explore the real human experiences behind Hollywood's tragedies, hit that subscribe button. These aren't just celebrity stories. They're reminders that everyone, no matter how successful or talented, is fighting battles we can't see.